Happy with the result, Anfield?
Are we starting? Are we?
Oh, we're not.
Or are we just kicking off? All right.
You decide.
All right. Well, are we not going to mention the fact that 3 become 2?
And 3 become 2. What do you mean?
Because Michael's not here, is he?
I fucking almost forgot about that.
Oh.
He doesn't make any fucking presents to me anyway. I didn't even notice he was gone. Scumbag. Now, Michael's gone for this week. Well, the thing we were told to say was that he had the flu. But we know the real reason is because he's got an audition to be a ladyboy, which I hope he gets. It's always been a passion of his. He's very good at it. Dresses up well, especially in that ginger wig. So good luck to him. Hope he gets it. He'll let us know tonight, and we'll find out more next week. So anyway, the flu. It's the flu, innit? Get well soon, lad. Get well soon, Rusty.
So, hello, welcome to the Football Humans. Myself, Andrew Wragg, is sat opposite Mr. John Berry, and like we just said, Miss Michael Felton is at home in bed, having a bout of flu. What are you laughing at?
Well, I hope that's all he's having if he's lying in his bed. You know what he's like, bloody animal.
I don't know what you do now. Bloody animal.
Anyway.
Shocking. So let's kick off with John Berry coughing over me saying let's kick off. Let's kick off with what do we think Michael would be saying about his beloved Chelsea when they concede a 94th minute header against Newcastle, losing the game 1-0. What do we think?
Well,
I think he'd be raging personally.
Well, to be honest with you, I feel for him because I texted him. We both did on the group WhatsApp, and I could feel his pain because it was quite frustrating. As a neutral, I can imagine a Chelsea fan being completely frustrated by the whole thing because they should have put away chances. They were all over Newcastle for 75% of the game. They had 3 or 4 big chances. They should have buried. And then at the end, I mean, if it's just not your day, you've just got to grind out your point and take the point and just go home and start again next week. But to lose a goal like that, and to be fair, I mean, the boy took the goal well, but Kepa is so dodgy.
He's suspect,
he reminds me of a keeper Hearts had who was sold to Dundee, but he makes clangers. He's kind of good shot stopper. He's got the same as Kepa. He makes good saves and he's this and that. He's vocal and stuff. But then he's liable for every kind of 6 or 7 games to have an absolute clanger. Yeah. And it's just for a goalkeeper at that level, it's just not acceptable. Yeah, like no matter how 90% of the time he's trustworthy, stuff like that is just so poor. And Kepa's been responsible for quite a few goals that Chelsea shouldn't have lost. And I thought he should have saved it. And it was almost as if he was kind of, I don't know. I mean, as I said before, I'm not a goalkeeping coach, but yeah, it was poor again from Kepa. And they should never have lost that game, and they should have won the game. And even a draw would have been slightly. Chelsea would have felt it should have won the game, but to lose the game, I mean, it's just unacceptable, honestly, at that level. And I think.
So what do you think Chelsea need to do? Because they're not. I mean, Frank's lost like 8 games now, and they started to look like they were contenders for top 4.
Yeah.
You know, pushing on for top 4 with a fairly inexperienced squad.
Yeah.
But now. Are they on the slide? Are the teams coming up behind them that you think could overtake them?
Yeah, I think everyone has their dips in the season, don't they? So, I mean, everyone's going to have their ups and downs. I think this Chelsea's kind of time for kind of slipping up a little bit and dropping points here and there. But I think the main thing is fresh faces. I think now, because of the lack of activity in the summer, obviously, for obvious reasons, but I think now January is the month to bring in fresh faces and just, as I say, freshen the place up completely.
So who do you think they need?
Well, I think they should sign a goalkeeper. I think the fact that they've signed Kepa for 75-80 million is unbelievable, and I think they're going to struggle to shift them to make anything back on that. So I think they're lumbered now with that keeper. And we were talking about this the other day on the WhatsApp, wasn't it? It was something like Kepa, Zappacosta, Drinkwater, Morata, and there was somebody else. I can't remember who it was now, but it was something like, for those players, those 5 players, it was something like £250 million for they paid for them, which is an unbelievable amount of money for the bang average players that they are.
Yeah.
And I think, but I think I don't think they will sign a new keeper, but I think long term they need a new keeper. I think they need a dominating centre half, a real John Terry like, because I think Tomori is a good player. I think Christensen is up and down. Mike will tell you more. And obviously Zuma as well, I think up and down. So I think they need a dominating centre back and someone to help Abraham up front, because he's been thrown in the deep end. He's done very well this season, but I think he needs a bit of support up front. So I think 2 or 3 signings would give them a good wee push. But I think, overall though, I mean, we said at the start of the season we didn't know what would happen with Chelsea. They could finish 10th, 11th, 12th. You never know, because of the fact that the players that they've been unable to sign, and it's Lampard's first season. But they've done very well so far. So we'll see what happens.
Did you see? We'll move on to Man United, Liverpool in due course. But did you see the Roy Keane and Jamie Carragher kind of like little two about managers?
Yeah.
And Roy Keane saying, "Look at Frank Lampard at Chelsea." No one's saying like, "Oh, Frank should be sacked."
Yeah.
But everyone's calling for Ole Solskjaer to be sacked. Do you see them as the same kind of like thing? Do you think Solskjaer deserves a little bit more time, and Frank is getting more time because he's Frank Lampard, because of his association with the club?
I mean, I think.
Or should he be under the same amount of pressure?
I think I'm in the minority here. Two things. I'm a supporter of Solskjaer, and I think. First of all, I think what the comparison is completely wrong, because I think any Man United manager is under scrutiny all the time, and Chelsea is a lot to a lesser extent. So I think Solskjaer and Lampard have come in and they've done similar jobs. They've kind of promoted youth. They've brought the kind of the passion back to the club, and the main attributes of what the club stands for back to both clubs. And I think Lampard and Chelsea have been given a lot more leeway. But Solskjaer,
he's not doing a bad job.
No, he's
Solskjaer.
not. And the fact is, the only players he's signed is Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire and Daniel James, and I think they're all decent signings. And I think with what he's been left with, and I think up against Liverpool, they're saying, it's unacceptable to get beat against Liverpool no matter what. But it's like Liverpool is the strongest they've been in 30 odd years, and Man United, everyone knows, in Solskjaer, everyone included, they know that another 3 or 4 signings are massively needed, and they knew that anyway, but they can't say them all at once.
Yeah.
So it's a work in progress. He's back and concentrating on the academy and bringing through youths, and getting back to the Man United way of attack. There's loads of stuff that he's not going to. I don't know. I really can't understand why they need for people to call for his head, because it's like, well, who are you going to bring in next time? Another Mourinho, another Van Gaal, another Moyes. So it's like that's been tried and tested. What they need is a bit of stability.
Speaking to my mate at work today, Calpo was saying he feels Solskjaer should go. He's a Man United fan. He feels Solskjaer should go. He feels they should just get Pochettino straight in.
But why Pochettino?
And he's saying, and I kind of see his point, because he was saying, look at the way that Rashford's been mismanaged. So he's been playing with an injury. It's the manager's decision to bring him on against Wolves, and then he goes and gets that, another injury. So mismanagement, say, of Rashford.
Only in that second half, though. That's it.
And then his credentials. He got relegated with Cardiff. He was, his next team is like someone you never heard of. So,
Norwegian champions, Wragg. We've got a lot of Norwegian listeners.
Come on.
Sorry about that, everybody.
But is he the calibre of Manchester United manager that they need? Can you see him getting given the time? Like Roy Keane was saying, he needs another year.
Yeah.
Is he going to get another year to carry on this work in progress? Are they going to be patient enough to give him the time to get those 3 or 4 signings to get him to where they want to be? Because I'll say it, Liverpool were 1-0 up. They should have been 4-5 up, right? Liverpool. The chances they had, they should have been, but they weren't.
Yeah.
And Man United was still in the game. If Martial had kept his head and just slotted that ball in, a cool finish, 1-1, it's a different game. They had periods of the game against Liverpool where I was watching it thinking, this could be a draw. I didn't think Liverpool would lose, but I actually thought we might have dropped points, because the way the game was panning out, especially toward the end of the second half, I was like, Man United are in this. They're still in this.
Well, I think it's really harsh to not you, I mean.
And he's only like
the
fifth,
press.
sixth or whatever.
Well, I think it's really harsh to judge Solskjaer on this game when Liverpool are absolutely rampant at the moment.
Yeah.
And your question about will he get time? I mean, personally, I think he should get time. And do you know what? I've not met many people who do think that, but I think. Because everyone just expects it. It's like, well, it's not worked. Just get someone else. They can't just keep chopping and changing.
They need to give him time.
If you look at the managers in the past who had the most success at clubs, it's because they've been given time. Alec Ferguson took the Man United job in '86. He didn't win his first trophy till 1991, so it was 5 years until he won a trophy. He didn't win league till 1994. It was 9 years to win the league. As I'm saying, so the question was, do I think he should get sacked? No, I don't. I think he's making small baby steps in the right direction that Man United need, and I think they need stability. I think you should stick with him because he's building the club back up again to what it once was. And I think chopping and changing will disrupt that completely again. And they've made so many bad decisions in the past with managers and transfers that I think it'll be a terrible decision. But the question. Do I think he'll get time? I don't know, because as you say, there's no patience these days. It's a fucking FIFA league, innit? It's like chop and change all the time. It's all about business. So it's these American or whoever owners from each club will say, no, change. So I don't know. He should get time. I don't think he will get time.
Do we think that Man United missed a trick not signing Haaland?
Well, but there's
because I know. So I just wanted to touch on he's had his debut. He's come off the bench. He scored a hat trick. He looks a player.
Well, he does,
and he looks like the type of player that Man United was screaming out for in that Liverpool game
lack of effort.
Going through.
They wanted to sign him. They wanted to sign him.
So why didn't they? So if it's about money, surely they've got money they can throw at him.
It's not about money because what
why don't they just sign him?
I'll tell you why. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't in the boardroom, but from what I gather,
I thought you were in the boardroom for this one.
No, not this one.
Not
just
one.
The Apprentice.
Oh, fair enough.
Just quickly touch on what you said about Rashford for 10 seconds. I meant to mention that. The reason I don't think he has mismanaged Rashford. I think he's given Rashford the freedom to do what he wants. I think he's promoting him really, really well. I think it was just that when he was desperate to win the game against Wolves, they brought him on, and 9 times out of 10 he'd be okay to finish the game. But unfortunately, the injury. But that's not Solskjaer's fault. And I think. The reason he's been playing him, if everyone thinks he's been overplayed, I mean, every striker, if your number 9 striker, your best striker should play every week anyway, so that's just the way it should be. But he's not got any other options, so he's got to play Rashford. It's not as if he's got loads of other options to play, like Man City have, or like Liverpool have. Haaland, what I believe his story was that he doesn't see himself being at Dortmund for 4 or 5 years. It's a move where it suited him at the time because he was guaranteed to be the number 1 striker in the position he wants. Not that far away from home, and he's got a release clause for 51 million, and so any big club will pay that quite easily. So he wants to go there for another year or two, and then get his next big move rather than rushing into something, signing a 5 or 6 year deal with either Real Madrid or Barcelona or Man United or whoever, and then possibly making their own decision. He's only 19. He's giving himself a bit more time, and I think.
But he fits that mould that Solskjaer's going for. If he's going for youth and building a team.
Yeah.
Surely you'd break the bank and bring in a player like
I don't think it was about money though. I don't think it was about money.
Because the release clause was like 20 million or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it wasn't about that. It was. I think it was about the fact that he. I think it was about the fact that he knew he was going to be playing week in, week out, every single week, non-stop, and he would be in and out at Man United, but maybe he thought that. Well, Rashford's the number 1 striker, isn't he? Rashford's going to be in Martial. So, and I think because of his age and the fact that he's not completely proven yet. He's done well in Norway and he's done well in Austria, but he's not completely proven. So they're not going to. Man United aren't going to say you're the number 9 and you're going to stay there no matter what. He could be in and out of the team.
So I watched the game in the pub, and next to me, I went on my own. I quite enjoy going to watch a football match on your own.
What pub did you go to?
The John Baird in Muswell Hill.
Oh yeah.
And every now and again you'll get like you get talking to people around you and stuff. And there was this Italian guy next to me, and I was like, oh, anyone sat here? He's like, no. So I sit down, and he's like, these fucking players. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have a good time here. So he's like, these fucking players, they have no clue. They have no leaders. They have no fucking leaders anymore. I was like, oh, you're a Man United fan? He's like, no, I hate Man United. I was like, what? He's like, I'm a Juve fan. So he's a Juve fan.
Right.
Just likes football, etc.
That's fine.
But I looked at that Man United team and I was like, you're kind of right. Do they have leaders on the pitch to bring that team together? Because Maguire's been given the captaincy. he doesn't come across as the kind of guy that's going to fucking, demand certain things.
No.
Roy Keane,
No.
demand certain things from the players. And looking at actually that squad, they just all looked a little bit wet.
Well, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
That's absolutely bang on.
They haven't got big lead. I know you hate Jordan Henderson, but he's vocal. He's a leader for Liverpool at the moment.
Yes,
he's really he's bringing that team together.
That's the whole
Man
point.
United don't have that, do
That's
they?
the whole point. That it is a work in progress because he can't sign because there were so many players when Solskjaer came in that I think just weren't good enough for Man United and aren't Man United players. They had to ship so many out, and he's still got loads of deadwood there to ship out, and he's got loads to bring in. And I think if you're looking at that team just now, the fact that Scott McTominay is still young and he's very young for that role, but the fact he's out injured, that Maguire is probably the biggest leader there, kind of with experience and vocal everything like that. He is the biggest leader there, but. I was talking about this with my mate Ger the other day that he's Maguire. If and when Man United sign top players again, Maguire won't be the best defender in that team. And 80 million, I think we'll all agree, he will always be completely overpriced.
For the corner against Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Why have you got a young kid trying to go against arguably one of the a much taller player? A real threat.
What young kid?
They had a young kid marking Van Dijk.
Brandon Williams.
Yeah,
Well,
Harry Maguire didn't boss that. He kind of half-assed jumped in at the end and got nowhere near it.
Well, I think it just shows you the fact that although they spend stupid amounts of money on these players, that money isn't the thing here. It's about the class, and I think Solskjaer knows and wants to bring that kind of stuff back. I mean, if you compare Harry Maguire to Vidic or Ferdinand, there's no comparison because they're in a completely different league to him, possibly 2 leagues above Maguire.
Right, I'm going to bring something up now about Liverpool's second goal.
Go on.
So, the flag went up for offside.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to put the ball down and take a free kick for an offside? Because Alisson just had the ball in his hands and he just laced it up to Salah.
Mm-hmm.
So should it not have been like a free kick and actually have to place the ball down? It's not moving, takes a free kick because he was offside.
Yeah, I didn't. Do you know what? I didn't even notice that. I didn't notice that at the time.
Because I noticed it and I thought, fuck, Salah.
Was it not a foul? Was it not just a foul?
I'm sure it was offside. The linesman had his flag up, so yeah. I thought it was offside, or it might have been a foul. Anyway,
if it was a foul, then but
he definitely flagged. But Alisson had the ball in his hands, and he just distributed it by hoofing it up the field. Salah's in and scores.
Well, I never noticed that. Actually.
Can you imagine VAR just being like, sorry, no?
What's a good point then? Was that even mentioned then?
It's not been mentioned anywhere, I don't think. But I noticed that, and I was like, this could actually get chalked off because, I mean, he's given an offside or a free kick or something.
Unless the rules have changed, I totally agree with you. I'd be screaming for that.
Yeah.
Because the ball's got to be on the ground and the
I would have thought so.
free kick's got to be taken, isn't it?
But nowhere, I haven't seen anyone say anything about it.
I'm going to watch that again then, maybe.
Maybe we'll watch a replay. I remember watching it at the time, seeing it at the time, thinking, I mean, it's great. Salah's in and
he took it really well.
He took it and shirt comes off. He's looking buff, isn't he? Like, and just like, yeah. I was like, get in. The whole pub, I know there was a few Man United fans, but most of the pub were like literally like, get in, yeah. Even the Juve fan was screaming, "Get what a guy!"
But do you know what? Do you think that would be the same like 10 years ago if it was Man United Liverpool? When Liverpool weren't so good, Man United were really good. I bet the whole pub still would have been cheering. It's like, do you know, there's too many people out there that just cheer for the best team.
No, I don't think it's best team. I don't think that's the case because there was definitely there were Man United fans in there, and you'd expect that in London, wouldn't you? That's where most Man United fans are, aren't they?
Yeah, Essex.
No, there was no. It was kind of like an even thing, but I'd say most of the neutrals. I'm only just going off the Italian guy that was loving it.
Yeah, I bet it was. I suppose Juve as well. It's pretty.
Juve 10 titles in a row they're going for.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he was saying they're going for the 10th in a row.
That's a good question. Who was the last time who won it before Juve then? I'd probably have to say AC Milan.
AC Milan,
one of the Milan clubs, yeah.
But he was saying about Inter Milan, saying Conte's doing a really good job. Lukaku's doing great and scoring
Yeah,
those
but
goals
if you
and
look
stuff.
at
And
it, you think in Milan in the past, the players they had, like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, it was top players. So it was like they were competing with Real Madrid and Man Utd for the top players. But look now, it's like they signed Ashley Young. They want to sign Victor Moses. It's like these guys
that's
are
a bit dodgy, isn't it?
These guys are 6 out of 10 players, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck to them.
Apparently, Ashley Young's really good friends with Lukaku.
Well, there you go then.
That's
and
one of
Sanchez.
those.
Sanchez is there as well.
Yeah.
He was on the bench yesterday. I've seen that.
Yeah, they're
Absolute
really
waste.
good friends with him. So. Right, shall we talk about a little bit of fantasy football?
I really don't
Do
want
you want to bring it up? What happened in your fantasy football?
Very
John?
quickly, I mean, I thought it was an absolute stroll for me because the chap I was playing against, Mr. Will Quantrill, friend of the show, I noticed he must have forgot to change his team because he had Harry Kane up front and he had 2 other guys that weren't even playing.
Yeah. So you thought it's a shoe-in, easy.
Yeah, but
Vardy misses a penalty.
Yeah.
Everyone's got him as captain.
yeah,
So he's
well,
getting.
I took him away from the captain. I put De Bruyne as captain.
Oh,
Actually.
did you? So he only got about 2 points, didn't he? So he
yeah,
got 4
so
points.
4 points.
Yeah.
But then, but his subs came on, did okay, and then he had fucking Fernandes, the Newcastle centre back, as his vice captain. So he became his captain and got 18 points and beat me by 1 fucking point. I can't believe it. If anyone else in his team as captain, I would have won it comfortably. But because Fernandes got 18 points, he's actually done me, and I can't believe it.
Can you check? Like, did I beat Michael? I know
You did,
I was against.
I think
Michael.
you beat him by about 8 or 9 points, I think, mate.
Did I in the end? Oh.
Let's have a look.
There's no games tonight, so.
No.
But there is midweek games, so there's Tuesday and Wednesday games this week.
It is. Fucking down to 15th, you bastard.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you won 43 to 38, so 5 points you won by.
It's close. At least I won. You
Yeah.
beat me last week.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying fantasy football.
So am I.
It's really, really.
That's Michael down to 21st in the league, 4th bottom. Brilliant. That's what I like to see.
No, it's really fun, and I think now's the right time to go across to Cecil and maybe get some results.
Let's do it. And here are the Football Human League results. Hong Kong Cockneys 59, Thomas Bryan Berry 24, Clem Fandango United 47, Halftime Oranges 37, Seaman Forever 34, Ndom Beerbelly 52, Calp FC 40, Average 44, Rudgullet Noba 80, Chicken Tikka Masala 57, Riders of Rohan 28, That's What She Said 31, John of Midlothian 36, Chleb I Need Somebody 37, Forts FC 33, Sputo Chaps 73, Ravishing Rick Rudiger 38, Mighty Nippers 43, Kloppy Disc 32, Kensington Road Dogs 37, Neville Wears Prada 46, Stan Bowles them over 44, AFC Roseland 57, Bentner's Love Gravy 52. And that concludes the Football Human League results.
Thank you very much, Cecil Gladstone. So, Mr. Berwick, what's been happening in the Scottish Premier League or Scottish leagues, just in general? What's been going down?
Happily enough, Hearts won the first game under Daniel Stendhal. And when I say that, I just want to make the point clear that this is what the press have said, as everyone's saying, the first win for Daniel Stendhal. It's not Daniel Stendhal's fault Hearts in this position. But anyway, the 3-week break's done as well. We beat Airdrie 5-0 in the Scottish Cup. Obviously I wasn't there, but from what I believe they played very well. So we're now on the right road, hopefully. We've made our first signing today as well. I just want to get my phone out to pronounce it properly. We just announced half an hour ago. We've signed, bear with me. His name is Donis Avajaj, or Donis Avdiai, and he's a Kosovo.
That's great, mate. So what's this chant going to be?
Well, let me.
I can't even say his name.
DA. Hey, DA. No, he's Kosovo international winger. We signed him from Trabzonspor in Turkey. He's been about Europe a few times. He's only 24, but the thing I like about him, what I'm very intrigued by, and you'll be intrigued by this as well, he's had a few off-field issues throughout his career, his first 5 or 6 years, but he was in the first team at Schalke 5 years ago, when he first came in and he was a teenager, and Liverpool wanted to sign him. Schalke wanted 40 million from him. Liverpool were only prepared to pay 20, so the deal didn't happen. Since then, his career's went downhill because of apparently off-field issues.
Okay.
I hope it's not attitude problems, but there's off-field issues apparently that he's been about Turkey and Holland and Germany. He's only 24, and Hearts have signed him initially to the end of the season with a permanent view being an option. So, and he's worked with the manager before. Daniel Stendel's worked with him before when he was at when he was a youth team coach at Schalke. Before he went to Hanover, I think he was youth team coach. So So
he obviously feels they can get the best out of him then.
Well, yeah, and the fact that he knows him, I totally trust Stendhal. It's not as if it's like some random player. And that's what I've tweeted earlier as well, that being kind of ironic, but having a dig at the same time, he's taken the number 99 shirt, and Hearts tweeted saying, Donis Avajai, number 99 with the shirt, and I said 99 to honour all Levine's signings in the last 4.5 years. 99 signings, yeah. And do you know what? Joking aside, it's not far off it. He's probably signed about almost 100 players in the last 5 years, so whatever.
I'd have said, do you want a flake in that? Sorry.
Yeah.
That'd have been a good.
That would have been a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's as good as mine, but
well,
he done all right. Done all right. So hopefully with international clearance, he'll make his debut away to Ross County. Must win.
Who plays with a fucking 99 shirt? Come on.
Loads of European players. That's what they all do.
99. That's
yes.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yes. You know what that sound means?
Dry January's going well.
Yeah.
John Perry. That's what that sound means.
Yeah.
Just having a few beers.
Hopefully it's a step forward. Hopefully.
We'll see. Right. So, normally we do a quiz. Michael's not here. It was his turn for blockbusters. He was going to do some blockbusters action.
Ladyboy's drag. He's actually.
Yeah, he's got flu.
Yeah.
Flu.
But
that means blockbusters will return next week.
And I think I'm doing it next week actually.
Are you going to?
I think I'm going to do it.
Are you going to have a crack?
Remind me, because I may forget, but remind me.
So it might happen, it might not. So in its place, I mean, you texted me earlier. You said what we're going to do for a quiz. So I just thought, you know what? I'm going to find a Scottish Premiership quiz for Mr. John Berry.
Brilliant.
So it's with regards to the 2018-19 Scottish Premiership season.
Right.
10 questions. They're a bit mixed. So I've got 3 choices for you, multiple choice. So what we're going to do is 10 questions.
Yeah.
You can hear the question.
Yeah.
And then get 2 points if you don't use the multiple choice.
Yeah.
Or if you hear the multiple choice and you get it, you get 1 point.
Yeah. I just want to say before we start, I'm at the age now, I think we're all the same, that when you say 2018-19 season, you wish it was more kind of like 98-99 season, because the last 10 years is all merged into one, and it's just a complete jumble in the head. I'm better with older stuff. But anyway, let's have a go.
Who scored the first goal of the 2018-19 Scottish Premiership season?
I could never answer that. I wouldn't tell you. I couldn't be able to tell you.
Okay, I'll give you the options. Tom Rogic for Celtic. Mikel Miller for Hamilton, or Danny Mullen for St Mirren?
Oh, I might go for Mikel Miller, Hamilton. Danny Mullen.
Danny Mullen. So that's 0 points. Question number 2. Which referee sent off the most players in the Scottish top flight in this past season?
Willie Collum?
It's not one of them.
Okay, give me the options.
Bobby Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Dallas.
Yeah.
Craig Thompson.
Oh, Andrew Dallas. Bobby Madden.
It was Bobby Madden.
Well, I knew it wasn't Craig Thompson, but the fucking other two are fucking just love showing the red card. Dirty cat bastards. And they're always wrong anyway. That's why you need VAR in Scotland, because they're always fucking terrible decisions anyway. But anyway.
Question number 3. How many red cards did Alfredo Morelos receive in the season?
I'll say 3. 4.
It's 4.
Damn.
0 for 3 here, John. Question number 4. How long did Kenny Miller's reign as Livingston manager last in days?
In days, well, I need the options, but I can probably work it out from the options.
44, 51, 69.
That's close as well. I'll say 44. 51.
51!
Fucking hell.
You're getting it right on the
I knew it
second
was
time
like a month
every
and a half.
time. That's so funny. Question number 5. Who was the first player born in or after the year 2000 to score in the Scottish Premiership?
I think it was Jack Aitchison. Celtic.
No.
Give me the options.
Jack Hamilton, Conor McLennan, James Scott.
Conor McLennan then.
Nope.
James Scott.
It's Jack Hamilton. You're
Who's
0
who's-
for 5.
Who's Jack Hamilton?
I ain't got a fucking
That's the
clue,
strike
mate.
keeper I was telling you about for Hearts. Though,
No idea. Are you going to get one right? Here?
I don't know.
How many different nationalities played in the league this season?
You know, this is so difficult, man.
32, 48 or 63?
48.
Correct, John Berry!
Thank God.
After 6 questions, he's got one right, finally.
Brilliant.
Question number 7. Who would have won the league if only goals scored by Scottish players counted?
Goals scored by Scottish players, Kilmarnock.
Correct, John Berry!
Eamon Brophy.
That gets you a 2 point. So you got 3 points there. That gets you 2 points to question 7. Question 8. Which team acquired the most points from losing positions?
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen, Kilmarnock or St Mirren?
Kilmarnock.
It is Kilmarnock. Not getting it.
No.
Question number 9. Which celebrity gave Motherwell a shout out last season?
I know this. It was. Give me the options, I'll know what it is.
Was it David Hasselhoff, Will Smith, or Leonardo DiCaprio?
Well, funny thing is, I think it's Will Smith, but I was thinking David Hasselhoff though. The first thing I was thinking was David Hasselhoff, but I think it's Will Smith.
What are you saying?
Will Smith.
Correct!
But before I asked options, I was thinking David Hasselhoff
That's
for some reason.
really random. Alright, question number 10. You're on 4 points, John. Who missed the penalty that prevented Dundee United being promoted from the Championship?
Nicky Clark.
Nope.
Give me a clue.
The options are Callum Booth, Osman Sow, or Peter Powlett.
Oh, it's Callum Booth.
It was Callum Booth.
Yeah, left back.
Quite a hard quiz there, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, but that's hit or miss. I mean, you're never going to know that. That's not like you can't study that, can you? I suppose you can.
Should be fresh in your memory.
Peter Powlett, baby. Peter Powlett, oh. That's what the Aberdeen fans used to sing before he signed for MK Dons.
Alright. Well, let's hope Blockbusters is good. How are you going to approach Blockbusters then,
Oh,
John?
I'm going to make them fucking solid questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In what way? How's it going to be like solid?
Will you pick give me a letter.
A.
A.
Yeah.
Which A is the name of Sir Alex Ferguson's grandmother's dog's friend who lived next door?
Audrey.
No, Angus.
Oh! I was
Should've known that.
I was going to say Angus.
Sorry, should have known that.
Should have. Well, I look forward to it next week. Hopefully, Michael is back from Bangkok.
I mean,
Sorry,
he's
but I mean,
bed, he's
yeah,
bed.
out of bed on this flu that. But yeah, look forward to it. Should be good. Have we got any interesting football things happening?
Well, it's still January, isn't
In
it?
the
So,
meantime.
so we'll wait to see if we know more transfers next week. Hopefully, we'll see maybe.
There hasn't really been that many
No,
transfers.
There's not been. We'll see if Man Utd and Chelsea sign
this
some
window,
emergency
has it?
players.
Man United need a striker.
Cavani, maybe Cavani. I don't know. Yeah, we'll wait and see.
I think it's going to be on deadline day. I think there'll be a lot of activity.
Hopefully,
on deadline
day this year is
It'll
good.
be a good one.
Yeah, I want a good Jim White one.
Yeah.
What day is deadline day this year? I think it might be Wednesday's 26th.
No, it'd be Friday, innit? It's Friday.
Mm.
Innit? It's a
It's
Friday.
a Friday night. Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, there we go. We'll be back next week. Until then, until then, have a good one.
Yeah.